Hi there, this is the Victats podcast. This is a podcast about tatting, not the skin and ink kind of tatting, but the needle show on thread kind of tatting. I also talk about other crafts I do. Lately it's been a lot of the last year or so has been a lot of cross stitch, but actually I've been doing a lot of other things in the last couple weeks. It is July 28th, 2025, and I'm podcasting from my home in Smiths Falls. And ignore my blue IKEA bag there. That's 8 cartons. They're either going to a women's shelter or to my friend because she uses them as fire starters. Just depends on how I get things figured out. Anyways, yeah, so Smiths Falls, Ontario, Canada. And I had wanted to mention, I don't think I mentioned this before, but I had wanted to start by mentioning to my fellow Canadians that if you go to the Dollarama for $1.50, they have these keychains, and this particular keychain has all these little charms on them, right? So I figure if you buy the keychain and you take it apart, then you've got a bunch of Canada flag charms, which are handy to use for any kind of exchanges and that stuff, or crafts. Just a thought there. Okay, now I have still not posted the tutorial of how I change directions and everything because I don't like it, and so I'm going to try it one more time, hopefully this week sometime, just so I can get a nicer one. However, the other thing, yeah, so I haven't posted that. What I have posted is on my blog. I have posted the continuation of my Very Canadian Tat Along. If you were following that, so it's victats.blogspot.com. If you were following that, then you know that I kept changing my ideas, and I changed it from something that I thought was too simple, already done, but too simple. And then I changed it to something very complicated. Well, not complicated, it wasn't complicated, but it was long. And the point of the tat-alongs is they're only supposed to take you 20 minutes to do, and off you go, right? It's just for fun and not a big process. And so then I brought it back down to I tried to do something a little bit simpler, but it still was way too long. And then I went back to the original concept. It was just really funny to me. It's just one of those things. And yep, so funny, right? Anyway, so what I have done is I have at the end of that, I thought I had promised to post the ones that were longer or more complicated. So I have posted those now, and they're on, again, my blog. But the other thing I'm doing is apparently I can't help myself when it comes to this, and I'm also have a couple more rounds to go. Just to warn you, when you look at some of the stuff, my hiding events was very lackluster these days. But anyways, okay. So so the small doily version that is without these two parts, okay, that I've posted on there. But I actually have more coming. So this is part of the more. Yep. Because apparently I can't stop myself. Now technically tulips are long. They don't kind of hang out like that. They have nice long stems, but whatever. These are tulips that have been knocked down by the squirrels. Anyways, okay, so yeah, so it'll be somewhat like that. You know, and again, color choices, right? If you don't want it to be a patriotic thing, then probably your color choices would be a Canadian patriotic thing, basically. Then maybe your color choices would be a little different. Yep. And I really think that this design would really do well with Carrie Sullivan's hand-dyed threads. Well, and then graduated picots on some of these chains would be absolutely amazing. We are not going back to do that. Yep. And yes, I'm still making tulips. No, I'm not sick of doing the tulips. I am kind of annoyed by doing the make-believes these days because I want to make tulips. But yeah, yeah, but I'm actually not sick of doing the tulips right now. Anyways, okay, so what else have I done? Still in tatting is on the weekend of August 23rd, there is a retreat that I'm going to here in Ottawa. It's perfect because like I can go to work and then go to the retreat afterwards, and you know, and then I'm not staying the whole time because like I gotta come home to my dog. And exciting news the last couple of weeks, I had to put one of my dogs down, so that was not fun. But I mean, the vet did a really great job, but still not enjoyable. Okay, so the other thing I've been doing for that is I've been making more of my strawberries in this ribbon. Funnily enough, I spent some time ironing these little ribbons because, believe it or not, this ribbon is off of some dollar store packages. And we ended up buying a whole bunch of dollar store cups after Christmas, because usually the Dollarama does not have things on sale, but they had these cups on sale and they were full of mints, which were really good mints, and they were on for 33 cents. So we ended up buying all these packages, and it came with the package, and then it came with the ribbon, and then it came with oh, hold on, I gotta go get Spuddy. Be right back. Oh, my poor baby, you know, you stored it and stored. There we go. There. Mr. Sputterbutters generally does not get himself lifted up or does not jump up onto anything, but he does expect to have, but normally he will jump down on his own. That's who I had to go get just now. You probably didn't hear him crying, but he was. But lately he has decided he is not doing that, as he is currently an only dog. And anyways, but okay, so anyway, so that's where the ribbons came from. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought, you know, hey, these are ribbons. We can use them. I can use them for something. So I had to iron them because they're wrinkly. Anyways, okay, so in cross stitch, I have been working on, I signed up for, is it Stitch Canada? Canada Stitches by the Stitching Owl, who is a YouTuber, floss tuber. And so it's a seasonal one, like summer, spring, fall, whatever. And I don't know, I kind of interpreted that you were supposed to like have the words on it or whatever. So that's part of why I picked what I picked. But she was sharing what she'd done, and that's not what she'd done, so oops. Anyway, so I did this design. It's by Darlene Dion Designs. And you can't really tell, but it's actually way prettier in person. Or I don't know, maybe I think I might need to outline the bee. Anyways, so what I plan to do with this is, one is I'm doing one version for my exchange partner and one version for myself. Is what I've been doing for the last little while, and it works really well. This is needle and thread, no, Brennan Nettle. That's that blue that you've seen before. This is Roxy Floss. I think the green's Roxy Floss. So I was trying to use, you know, different Canadian things too. I really like my little the little maple leaf thing that she has there. So I might actually use that quite a bit somewhere at other places. Now, what I thought I was going to do is, I think it's gonna sound kind of like Pinky in the Brain or something like that. I think what I am going to do is put interfacing on the back, sew this into a square, so it's still fabric-y, but it's a square, like with backing, some kind of coordinating backing. And then I'm going to, oh, like Yzma, I sound like Yzma, from the Emperor's New Groove. Sorry, anyways, so I am, I think, going to do it as I said, and then I'm going to, because I like it, I don't know, I really kind of just like it like this, but anyways, but you have to finish things, like, so, you know, not everybody's a doily person like me. I would be tempted just to put this down on something, the counter, whatever. Anyways, so, sorry, put interfacing on the back, so it has a backing, right? Turned it inside out kind of thing, so it's a square. And then I'm gonna take some wool felt, but the wool felt that I used to make the little needle booklet I sent down to, I'm blanking on who, I'm not blanking on who it is, I'm blanking on their name. The Bougie Sisters, like when I did the exchange for the one Bougie sister. I'm gonna come up with her name in a minute or two. Anyways, and I thought that I would make it into kind of a needle book, but that was a very booky like needle book. So it'd be kind of like, I want it to feel like there's pages and that you're turning pages. So I thought perhaps I'll do it, it'll be kind of like this, right? And then I'll have binding here. And like I'll sew the binding and I'll probably bead around like I did with the other one, maybe not. And then on the back I'm gonna put the back sheet is gonna have tatting, and then in between will be some kind of coordinating felt about the same time, and have it all sewed together so that it's like a little needle book, but it's like a book, like a bound, almost like a bound kind of book. Now if I had thought this through ahead of time, then probably I could have like, so I guess I could still do it. If I was a braver woman, let me put it this way, then I would do it so it's uneven and put grommets along here and like put grommets through everything. However, I'm not that brave. I'm not gonna do it that way. Just don't think that would be a smart move for me. So, yep, so that's what I think I'm gonna do. We'll see how that goes. The good news is I'll have a backup just in case, and I can get the one that doesn't turn out if it doesn't turn out. And this material was, okay, so I swear I washed this material out. I am going to put it with some active carbon because it's a secondhand material. It's really nice. I love the way it looks. It's super cool. I think she hand dyed it, like Coffee Tea dyed it, did a really great job, because I rinsed this and washed it and none of the stain came out or anything. But every once in a while, like when I go near it, I think, God, has somebody been smoking in my house? And nobody smokes in my house. And nobody's been in my house, but it makes me feel a little weird. Do you know what I mean? And so I just worried that it's going to come out of the package when she gets it and smell like smoke. So I will be dealing with that situation. And then other than that, I have been working on, I did have to keep them in, oh, there's my sunglasses. This is a short week this week, so I'm very excited about that. I've had some stupid shit going on lately because my clinic partner, she owns the clinic, so, but her mother's been sick, her dad's been sick, so she's been pretty much 24/7 taking care of them because, anyways, because that's what it is. It's a long, complicated story, but just basically just stupid situation. But they all ended up in, anyways. And so finally, she got sick. So everybody's in the hospital. She's at home sick. Everybody in the house has been severely sick, and most like yeah. So we've had just a really weird couple weeks at the clinic, mostly because of that. Okay, so then this one is okay. So what have I been doing otherwise? Well, not a lot of stitching, not a lot of tatting, because I've been kind of, you know, when you're just tired. And you just don't want to have to think. And usually tatting's in that category of not thinking, but I had to think of what I was going to tat, so then that wasn't going to work for me. However, I did the one, so what I have been doing is, for some reason, I thought I needed to watch Game of Thrones, the whole series in the last week. That's not good for sleep, eh? And so at least during some part, let's say a week and a half, for some parts of it, not all, I was working on this pattern. So this is Seven Swans of Swimming by Cottage Garden Samplings, and it's the swan. And as always, pictures don't do things justice, but this is a size 14 Ada that was hand dyed by me because I wanted to make it look like the gray in there. So one is, I love this heart and I would be tempted to do that as an exchange gift at some point in time. But here's the swan. There's the outline that I've done, and what I am doing right now. There's a couple places. Oh my God, no, I don't think I did. I have to come back through here and do a couple, like one more yellow here, I think. There's a couple places where I have to come back through, but what I'm trying to do is set this up. Oh, and I made a mistake in here, but it's not I won't count off of that. But what I am seriously trying to do is set this up so that when I go to the, retreat, I just have to fill in white, and I'm not going to care because my white stitching looks like shit anyways when you do it, and then afterwards when you iron it and everything, it will turn out less bad. I'm using the words less bad, but I wanted to also get some landmarks in, so that's part of the reason I came over. I was coming up to do this part here. So I want to get some landmarks in, so then I can come around and do the neck and the swan. And if you remember, my placement on here was pretty crappy because that's why I'm so close to the edge here. So this will be about another stitches over. My edge will end up being about here. And that is because I made a mistake up here on the white part. I didn't realize till I'd gotten all the way down here. And at that point in time, I just thought, oh, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing anything more. Yeah. And I am truly enjoying doing it. It is an absolutely, I think it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful design. Now and it's up my alley because I love colorful. Now I'm not trying to do the whole set with this. It's just because it was a colorful swan that I did. And I don't remember, but I truly do not think I've been doing much other stitching. I've been doing, because I was tired, I was doing a lot of doom scrolling and then some of these. So that's it, I think. One of the things I have to do is for the retreat, I've picked out I have a bunch of old magazines that I want to take to the retreat. And hey, if at the end of the tree it just goes out in the garbage, that's fine. But I wanted to give everybody a chance to take a look at people a chance that would use something from them to see them. And I have a bunch of patterns at home that I think I may or may not. I'll have to at home at the cottage. I'll have to go through and see if there's something I should take to the retreat as like to exchange in. And the thing is a lot of these things don't go, like, I mean, there's some swan in some of the magazines, there's crocheted swans. I was really tempted to pull them out, but I know I will hate doing that. So the thing is a lot of the stuff doesn't really change, right? The presentation changes sometimes. or the colors change, but a lot of the times certain things just, we tend to pick up a different style. Of somebody thinks, oh, well, this will work better, and everybody does it differently then. But to get the inspiration and that stuff, that stuff doesn't change. So I figure that somebody will want that stuff. Yep. I'm trying to think. Anything else? Nope. I have not worked on my sunshine sunflowers cross stitch. I have not worked on any of the other cross stitch, and it's okay. That's no big deal. But because I think a lot of these, like for me, it's just being a multi-crafter, is that everything's a slow stitch. Anyways, alrighty, so I'm going to wish you guys happy tatting and happy crafting, and hope you guys have a really good couple weeks. Okay, cheers.